It was July 15th of this year, so still pretty recent. And I went to a hangout with some friends and some girls. And it'd been a minute since I've hung out with my friends. It was a pretty long time since I've hung out with them at that point. And I had a great time. We were all having fun, and it was easily one of the easily the most fun I've ever had in my life. But I left feeling empty. And I figured out why I was feeling empty. What is going on, guys? It's me. I'm back with another video. I had to go on a bit of hiatus because I had some personal stuff I was dealing with. I didn't have time to make videos, but I am back now, and this is going to be another episode 2 on the story time series where I tell stories. And today we're going to have a more recent story, one I've been meaning to talk about for a long time, and I'm very excited to be back and be talking about it. I just didn't have time, just didn't have time recently. I'm not going to talk about that. I just want to get into the video and explain the story, just that. And before we get into it, do you mind just subscribing and giving a like on the video before we get into it? Because it would really, I appreciate it a lot if you guys did that. So make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's just get into it. So before we get into the main story, I'm going to give you some background context for the story. So about 8 years of my life, I'd say, I've been pretty much a rather lonely kid. Ever since I moved away from my home state and moved to Arizona, I've had no real friends for a good chunk of the time of being here. I've talked to kids around school, elementary through middle school, but never had any real solid friends. And it would get the worst freshman year when, in the last video, if you guys don't know what happened in the last video, I got in trouble for some stuff and I got bullied for 7 months, and yeah, that happened, and it definitely just it lowered my confidence so much to where I didn't want to be near people, if that makes sense. At that point in my life, I just didn't know what I was doing or anything. I didn't I didn't want to make friends. I played games in class and just I was doing bad in school, but then after that I got my crap together, and yeah, that's what drove me to go make friends. Around the beginning of sophomore year of high school is when I met these kids at this youth group at this local church that I go to on Sunday nights, and they actually go to the same school as I do. And these guys, I really connected with these guys. They were genuine, nice guys, and we all believed in the same faith as well, so that really helped out a lot. And yeah, long story short, we quickly became friends, and that was that. But even then, when I had, friends, I still didn't understand what social cues to do and what to say, or when I was hanging around and stuff. I'd always at the end of youth group, I'd always just go home afterwards. I didn't stay back that often like I used to. My friends were the complete opposite too. They talked to everybody at youth group, and even now they talk to a lot of kids too. And it's not the same now, but yeah, they were a lot more social than I was ever. And I guess you could say I wasn't a real friend because I didn't hang out with them that much. I didn't really go out with my friends, and there was this moment in 2024, what was it? We all went to go watch we have a watch party at somebody's house to watch, the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. That was fun. And then we also went to a Christmas, light tour. We drove around the city and saw different lights and houses, and that was really fun. But that was the only time I ever hang out with them for a long time, until the summer of July. The senior class at youth group, both the boys and the girls, decided to do a little party before they went on to a camp that they were going to. And unfortunately, I didn't go, but they invited me, and I was like, yes. And at this point, it had been a really long time since I've, of course, hung out with them. For me, I already explained that though. So the day came, and then that's when I then drove over to the house, or actually, should I say my dad drove me to the house, because this is a secret I kept for a long time from them, and I'm just gonna say the secret then, because they still don't know this. My main excuse was why I didn't like want to like stay back for too long or anything like that, or go to like places, was because I didn't have a car. But in reality, I didn't have a car or a license at the time, so I had to get I had a permit but no license, so I couldn't drive anywhere without, you know, like a parent in the car or an adult in the car or anything like that. And this is definitely something that added up onto my insecurities, because all my other friends had, regardless if they had cars or not, they could drive, and they also worked too. I didn't have a job at the time either, and this was over the summer too, which I did plan to start driving, get a car, and start working, but it was a pretty eventful summer. There's some personal stuff going on there that I'm not going to talk about, but it hindered me from wanting to do that stuff. But regardless, I made it there, and the party's in full swing. Everyone's talking. The guys are there. We all say hi, high five each other, and of course some girls there too. Yeah, that was, I guess I could say, also one of the reasons why I went there, especially if there was this one girl I also did find that I found rather cute and I liked. That was there too, so yeah, this is whatever. Yeah, we also went in the pool and also played volleyball in the pool, which was fun. And then after that, we all sang songs in karaoke, which was pretty nice. They had a karaoke speaker there. We all traded the mic and sang random songs. And one funny thing that was also there too was that what was it? We were giving out clothespins, like wooden clothespins with everyone's names on them, random names. Picked out a random one. The person whose name's on there, you have to go find them, clip it on them, and last person standing wins and gets a prize, something like that. But that was a game that we had to play. That it was supposed to make us go talk to each other. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Really quickly, funny side note, I had this so on the clothespins there was like this funny moment where like one of my buddies had my name on it, and he had to try. I was in the pool, he was in the pool, so he tried clipping me with the wooden pin, and I didn't want to, so I ran away from him, and he started chasing me around the pool for like 7 minutes straight, back and forth. Everyone was watching, they were laughing. And I was laughing too, trying to get away from him. And that was easily one of the highest nights, or one of the highs of the nights, at least. All right, now onto the juicy stuff. So at this point in the night, it's like 9 p.m. Everyone's kind of like winding down, sitting with each other. We're all like seated at the like outdoor seating area of this of the house, and we're all like talking and whatnot. And there's actually two groups. There's like some people talking here, some people talking here, and I'm kind of like sitting in the middle between all of them, just like watching and observing them. I'm like, okay. I'm just like, you know, watching, seeing what they're trying to talk about and whatnot. And while this is going on, I start to feel like a pang of sadness come over me. And I noticed it immediately. This is something I usually used to have, like, even before like the hangout. I'd have this like hanging around my friends like most of the time, like during youth group and like big socializing events like that. And I brushed it off because I thought it was like something, and I had an idea of what it was at the time. It could have been insecurity, it could have been anything else, but I brushed it off nonetheless. And we did go back and forth to play like another round of volleyball or go in the pool again, but at the same time, I also did watch a lot, so, and I definitely kind of it didn't go away. That's the point. I didn't let the feeling go away, and it only strengthened as the night went on. So I'm there at the rest of the party for like 2 more hours. It's like 11 p.m. and at around like 10:30 or something like that, we go to Raising Cane's, pick up some food. I get some food because I'm hungry. I hadn't had any real food to eat there. And then I call up my sister. She's awake at the time, so shout out to her. She's always up late. And then she come gets me. I go home, and I kind of talk about how much fun I had, but at the same time, I'm also hiding the pang of sadness, which is still increasing as the night went on. And by then it just bothered me. I was bothered by the end of that night. I remember going to bed that night, just like laying in bed, getting ready for bed, and then just like laying in bed, just feeling like sad and down for some reason. Like I didn't know why, but for some reason I felt that way. And like, I hate to admit this, but at the same time, like at one point I started crying, honestly, because I knew I just felt like sad for some reason. I didn't know why. Okay? So the next day is when I tried to figure out why I was feeling this way. And like the night before, I also kind of already figured out why I was feeling that way. That night I was doom scrolling on Instagram to try and like, just get my mind off the way I was feeling at that time, at that night, in that moment. And I came across a video of Jack Piggott. Shout out to Jack. He's such an awesome creator. He's also like a story time, like motivational kind of guy. We've all heard of him before. And I then get I get a reel from him, and I'll try to show the reel. I don't know if it's gonna get copyrighted, but it really like resonated with me. So here it is.
Put no hashtags or no captions on this video. If this is on your For You page, it is for you. I'm gonna let the algorithm do its thing. If it gets 1 million views, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I could have used a video like this. 100% I could. So I'm making it. I know everyone says it. You probably hear it all the time. But you can't wrap your head around it. But hopefully you will have your head wrapped around it by the end of this video. You gotta stop giving a fuck. I know. You hear it everywhere. But it's true. At least from my experience, when you do, your life 10x's. It is literally impossible to please everyone. Thousands of years ago, it would have been a little bit possible because there was less humans. There was no social media. Everyone had similar beliefs. Now that's just not the case. It's literally impossible, but you can be accepted by the right people. And maybe you haven't found your people yet. You're in school or whatever. You're in a small fucking town. You can't relate to anyone. This might be a chapter of your life you have to go through. Just a chapter, not a whole story. Just a chapter. Because if you are 100% confident in yourself, and I can say this from experience, if you are 100% confident in yourself, but you're a little bit different or you're a little bit weird, fuck it. That's what you want. If you're a little bit different, a little bit weird, but you're awkward because of it and you let people shut you down, you're kind of fucked. But if you never drop your shoulders, you always keep your head up and you keep pushing forward. And I know this is more of a masculine mindset, but it goes for both men and for women. It goes for everyone. If you keep your head up, you never drop your shoulders, you're 100% confident in who you are. 100%. You can't change it. It's who you are. It's your root. It's your DNA. Be confident in it. And you will find your people. And this comes from experience. I found my people because I was 100% me.
So yeah, the video really did resonate with me because it talked about like Jack obviously said you got to stop giving a crap about what people think of you, and you have to be 100% confident in yourself, in what you do. And it really did it made me second guess myself, because at the time I didn't really think about being insecure. Like I thought I was confident as hell. And whatnot. Like after the video I made about changing myself so much, like the glow up video I made, and like I kind of figured out at the same time, it's like I wasn't like fully confident in myself even after changing, because I still didn't know how to talk to people. And like I was confident in like the way I changed my physical appearance to be like that kind of guy that is a very social, cool, nice guy. I still was like nervous, I guess you could say. And I'm not going to say that sitting alone watching people socialize is a bad thing, because that's what I did towards the end of the night. I was watching everybody talk, kind of just observing, and I started feeling insecure and self-conscious about that. And I figured that that's not a bad thing. Like, I'm just observing social cues. I'm knowing what to say and what to do. And I'd further back up this research after I did more research. So basically the second day of like the day after the party, I did some research on, I did the unthinkable, let's just say that. I asked the one person who I knew could give me the answer I wanted to give me. ChatGPT. No, I do not recommend ChatGPT as a therapist because it's a robot, not a human. But I turned to ChatGPT because I knew it would give me a really direct answer to the way I was feeling. So I typed in the way I was feeling as exact as I could, and this is the answers that it gave me. It says something about overstimulation, which it said something along the lines of what was it? Insecurity. It talked about something along the lines of old patterns resurfacing, which is basically when someone's isolated for a long time, which I myself have been kind of isolated. I haven't hung out with my friends outside of youth group for probably about 8 months at that point, from like July to anywhere beyond the past in like December of 2024. And yeah, it could cause old insecurities to rise up, to make you feel more down and doubt if you're even like having a good time there, or if you even belong like at that party, and like, or even if they want you there, which it's not true. No, it wasn't true at all. Like, I knew for a fact that my friends liked my presence. They had a good time with me. It was just my mindset at the time that was thinking like, hey, you're not meant to, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you weren't made to be at that party, basically. Like, you weren't, like, you're not having fun, they don't like you, or anything like that. And another thing, which I am more familiar of now, is overstimulation, when you're so used to just like coming on an emotional high, and then coming down to an emotional low when everything's winding down, everyone's more relaxed. And then it basically said that I slipped into observer mode, which I actually explained. Yeah, I said that a few minutes ago, talking about how that can feel different from being in the middle of all the action. And basically the combination of all of these things combined basically just like started giving me old anxiety and insecurity about like, do I really belong here? Or do they enjoy my presence? And that's when I figured it out. So after reflecting on this for some time and reflecting on the Jack Pig video, that's when I realized that I had nothing to worry about in the first place. Now, it's not that I'm bad at socializing, it's because I thought I was bad at socializing. And that was my mindset at the time, and it caused me to lower my confidence. And there's nothing wrong with like not being the center of attention and just being a little quiet for a little bit. Now when I think about that, it prompts me to like focus on what they're talking about, and then have a moment to come in and stand out. There's absolutely nothing wrong with not being the center of attention and just being the observer and the quiet person, just watching everything going on. Like, and it's okay to just like watch what's going on and hear what's going on, and then you could have the perfect opportunity to come in and stand out. Like, it's okay to also feel, different, because everyone's different. That's just a fact of life. And as much as I kind of want to be the person who is always in the center of the conversation and like talks a lot and is always the center of attention, I just like and start conversations too. Like, unfortunately, I'm not that person. I'm not him, and that's okay. I don't think I'll ever be that guy, but it's okay. That's it. And since that day, I've trained myself now to like not feel bad for not being the center of attention all the time, and I've actually enjoyed hanging out with my friends more. Just like, watching them, seeing them socialize, and also talking a little bit. And since then, I've trained myself to not feel bad for being the center of attention, and or always saying something. And I've enjoyed a lot more like hanging out with my friends, and I've stayed late a lot more to have that opportunity to. Not only because I've wanted to, but also because, well, I drive now. That's also something that changed a lot in the past like 4 months since this happened. Yeah, this happened in July. It's now almost November. I drive now, have a car, getting a job soon. And yeah, now I'm pretty much where I wanted to be in July. I'm almost there. All because I'm trying to, like, you know, be more confident, be like, I want to get there. And I don't have to feel bad because I'm here. I need to take the baby steps to get there. And like slowly but surely, as you get closer to your goal, your confidence of getting it builds up, and just your overall confidence in general. And that's basically the moral of the story. Just like, don't give a damn about old insecurities, and just find out who you want to be in the friend group. You want to be the dumb one, the handsome one, the super talkative one. It doesn't matter as long as you're just having fun. That's it. And that's basically the end of the video. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day, and it's kind of late right now, and I still have to edit this video for 2 more hours, basically. So if you could do me a favor and please subscribe and like and share this with your friends, because I think they're going to like this one too. This is easily going to resonate with a lot of people. And yeah, I want to get back into this. I mean, recently, for a long time, a little side story, I guess you could say, is that I haven't uploaded in about a month. I don't know if it's almost 2 or anything like that, but it's just been a long time, that's for sure. And that could also cause a little bit of insecurity to come up, and if this is really made for me, because I want to do this. This is what I love, and I just haven't had the time to do it. And I'm getting told by like people at school, like, hey, you need to find a career for after high school. And I'm like, I can't like talk about that in school, because like freaking, like, you know, counselors, teachers are going to tell me you have to or not tell me, but like suggest like normal careers. And I'm like, I don't want to pursue a normal career. I want to pursue this. I want to work. This is basically my goal. I want to work after high school and contribute to this, like an entrepreneur, basically. Except I'm not taking as much risk, because I'm not spending so much money. I don't know. But that side ran aside. I want to keep doing this, and I want you guys to keep watching it. So subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. And that's basically all I have it for you. I love you guys. God bless you, and have a nice day. Peace.